Okay, today we're going to talk about how to create graphs in Google Sheets. So you've got your data. So we're going to highlight the area that you want to create a chart for. Then you're going to go to the three dots and you're going to click on the image for chart. And it typically defaults to a pie chart. But this data, let's see what it would look like in a bar graph. So I think the bar graph works a little better, but notice the title of my graph. So we're going to double click here till it highlights blue, and we're going to change our title. And that's it. So if you notice, it has the number of students. It has this on this axis, and then for hours, it has that on the bottom here. When people look at a graph, they need to know what you're talking about. So number of students and the hours spent. Now, if this is the graph that you want, you can download the chart. You can download it as a scalable vector graphic. Now what that means is as you enlarge it, it's going to still look crisp. You can also download it as a PNG image. Okay, now let's look at music. So notice that my data here is all in one column. So if you happen to have your data in one column like this, it's not going to recognize that. So you're going to highlight the data. Then you're going to go to the Data tab up here. Split column into text. The separator. So notice that on this one, I'm going to do custom. What separates all of the data? A colon. So now I've got 7 students, 5 students. I don't need students right there. So I'm going to click and highlight all of that information. Split text into columns. And it detected it automatically. And I'm just going to delete the word students. And then for this column, I'm going to put number of students. And for this one, I'm going to put music genre. So now I can highlight the entire thing. So all of my data is highlighted. Insert chart. And there is my pie chart. I'm going to click on number of students. And I'm going to call it favorite student music genre. Now, one thing that a lot of you probably won't like are the colors. Notice the default colors are the Google colors. So if you want to change the colors, double click. Notice this comes up over here, and I'm going to choose purple. Notice when I click this piece of pie, jazz comes up as orange, and I'm going to do a monochromatic. Classical, I'm going to do it a different shade of purple. Oops, I think that was the same shade. And there we go. I made rock stand out. Okay, now let's say you have 2 columns of data. So once again, so we've got students and parents. So we're going to highlight the information that we want to graph. 3 dots, insert chart. And so this gives you a comparison. So once again, so students are blue, parents are red. Once again, you'll need to double click and change your title. And then if you double click, that'll give you a way to change your colors if you want. And then you can download your chart. So notice that this one does 2 columns, and that's because we are comparing students and parents. You could easily do 2 different pie charts and compare the same data. Now the last one we're going to do is changeover time. So on Monday, you got 7 hours of sleep. On Tuesday, you got 6.5. Wednesday, 8, and so on. So again, we're going to highlight our data. We're going to insert a chart. And let's see, it's given us columns. So when we see chart type, and I want you to notice in here that it gives you some suggested, but you have a lot to choose from. You can choose that your bar graphs go on the sideways direction. You can choose different types of pie charts. You can choose all kinds of things. So for this one, I'm going to choose the line graph. And the benefit of the line graph is, from Monday to Tuesday, you got less sleep. From Tuesday to Wednesday, you got more. You can see the trends from the slopes of the lines. And again, double click to change your title. Notice that it has hours of sleep. And I would probably change this one to day of the week. So you can edit all of these things. And that's it.